We are back into the action here, folks, from the break on the number one forum for Crimson Tide football news. In my own words, with yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Be sure to give a thumbs up, give a like on the show, hit that subscribe button, turn all of those notifications on so that way you can have the best in news, notes, information, and entertainment on your favorite program, that being the Crimson Tide. Also, it appears that Talia Tungabailoa has scored again. Leah has scored again for the Maryland Terrapins. So Leah doing his thing in the Big Ten. Congrats to that young man. As always, we want you guys to check out tdawear.com. That is tdawear.com. Make us your number one stop shop for all of your apparel here. If you're wanting the I Love Hearing Touchdown Alabama shirt, the We Want Football shirts, Let Them Play shirts, hoodies galore, we got you right here. Let us be your plug for your Alabama football clothing needs, apparel, tdawear.com. That is tdawear.com, showing that support for Coach Saban, the University of Alabama football program, the student athletes, and us here at Touchdown Alabama Magazine. But now, we get to a fun conversation. Is it now time to start the Heisman campaigns of Mac Jones and Najee Harris? Is it now time to start the Heisman campaigns for Mac Jones and Najee Harris? And I believe it is. It is. We are now a little bit over the halfway point of the college football season for the SEC. We're going into game number 6, and both guys, Jones and Harris, are the main reasons why Alabama has the top scoring offense and the top total offense in the SEC. Scoring offense, Alabama putting up 48.4 points per game. Total offense to tie 566.4 yards per game. It's also number 3 nationally in both categories. So both guys have been doing an unbelievable job here with this offense. But starting this off with Mac Jones for a moment, he has completely shredded, exceeded, just taken the top off the expectations that were put upon him prior to the start of the year. The conversation before the year started was, I don't know about Mac Jones. I'm not sure about Mac Jones. I don't believe in Mac Jones. I don't think he can do it. He's not Tua. Will never be Tua. Alabama fans better be happy that Bryce Young is in here. Like, I just don't see Mac Jones. Don't see it. Don't see it. Don't see it. And I remember speaking with 3 of Jones's quarterback coaches down there in Jacksonville, Florida, prior to the start of the year. They were all talking about, I don't see where all the negative is coming from. I don't see where all the haterade is coming from. I don't see where all the naysaying is coming from. He has a chance to have a Joe Burrow type of season, and lo and behold, it is unfolding for Mac Jones, that being that Joe Burrow type of season. He has done things in this offense that not even Tua could do. Tua never completed at least 75% of his passes through the first 5 games of a season. Mac Jones is doing that. Tua has never had 3 straight 400-yard games. Mac Jones has that. There's a lot of things within this offense that Mac has been able to do that Tua did not do in terms of Alabama football. Now, of course, when it comes to the Heisman, people are like, well, Steve, it's Trevor Lawrence's Heisman to lose. Trevor Lawrence is running away with it, and our prayers and thoughts are out for Trevor Lawrence as he's dealing with the COVID virus. But people are saying, it's Trevor's Heisman to lose. It's Trevor's trophy to lose. He's the best quarterback in college football. He's running away with the Heisman. I greatly disagree with that statement. Here's the reason why. People love numbers. There's an old TV show that's called Stats Don't Lie. There's an old statement that's called Ball Don't Lie. So we're going to look at these numbers here between Mac Jones and Trevor Lawrence. And I'm going to prove to you right now, Mac Jones way better than Trevor Lawrence in terms of the numbers. So by the numbers right now, Mac Jones completion percentage, 78%. He's got 1,905 passing yards, 12 touchdowns, 2 picks. He's got a passer rating of 212.80. It's got a total QBR, which is the adjusted QBR, of 96.6. He's got the raw QBR, which is QBR straight up, of 94.8. When you look at Trevor Lawrence, who's played in 6 games, one more game than Mac, and actually had a cupcake game in there against the Citadel, Trevor Lawrence, a completion percentage of 70.7, which is less than Mac Jones. Mac Jones, 78.8. Passing yards of Trevor Lawrence, 1,833. That is less than Mac Jones. Mac Jones, 1,905. Trevor Lawrence, 17 touchdowns to Mac Jones' 12. That's the only area where Lawrence has the edge by 5 touchdowns. Both guys have 2 interceptions. Passer rating, Trevor Lawrence, 178.57. This is lower than Mac Jones, who has the passer rating of 212.80. Trevor Lawrence's total QBR, which is the adjusted QBR, 86.6, which is lower than Mac Jones, who has 96.6. Trevor Lawrence, the raw QBR, straight up, 86 flat, lower than Mac Jones, who has the raw QBR of 94.8. So if we're basing this solely on the numbers, solely on the statistics, if we're looking at this solely based on that, the only area where Trevor Lawrence has on Mac Jones touchdown passes, and that's just 17 to 12. So Mac Jones definitely, needs to have this Heisman campaign going for him right now. When we look at Najee Harris, Najee Harris is having an incredible season. Najee Harris, 103 carries, 595 yards rushing, 14 touchdowns. His carries, yards, and touchdowns first in the SEC. His carries, yards, touchdowns, top 10 nationally. His touchdowns, number 1 in the nation, that being, 14. Najee Harris, 2 100-yard games on the season, including 1 200-yard performance against Ole Miss, 26 carries, 23 carries, a career-high 206 yards rushing with 5 touchdowns. And prior to the season, people were talking about, but look at Travis Etienne of Clemson, though. But look at, Chuba Hubbard of Oklahoma State, though. But look at Kylan Hill of Mississippi State, though. Well, look at Najee Harris of Alabama, though. Najee Harris leading his conference. Carries, yards, touchdowns. Najee Harris, top 10 in the country. Carries, yards, touchdowns, and number 1 for rushing touchdowns with 14. He's got 4 100-yard games from scrimmage. And here's the popper right here. Najee Harris, through the first 5 games of this season, has better production than Mark Ingram and Derrick Henry in their Heisman winning seasons. Mark Ingram won the Heisman in 2009. Derrick Henry won in 2015. So in 2009, Mark Ingram, 487 yards rushing, 6 rushing scores, 3 receiving touchdowns. Derrick Henry, 2015, 570 yards rushing, 9 rushing touchdowns. Najee Harris, 595 yards rushing, 14 touchdowns. Better numbers through 5 games than Mark Ingram, 2009, Derrick Henry, 2015, through the first 5 games. Both of those two went on to win the Heisman Memorial Trophy, so there is an opportunity there for Najee Harris. But both Harris and Mac Jones, this Heisman campaign for both of these two needs to start effective immediately. I'm talking right now. But as always, folks, you want the best in news, notes, information, and coverage on your favorite program, that being the Crimson Tide. Very simple, very easy to get this. You can access it by downloading the Touchdown Alabama Magazine app for your iPhone app, from the iPhone App Store if you're rocking Team Apple. Google Play Store if you've got the Android phone. For your audio listening needs, we got you taken care of. iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, Overcast.fm, iHeartRadio. We got you taken care of right here. If the good and gracious Lord sees fit, I'll be back on Monday continuing the conversation for this type football. Fans, don't forget, after the game Saturday, we got the post-game show. After the game against Mississippi State, we got the post-game show. Be sure to tune in the post-game show. We also have the TDA Live Game Day Chat. TDA Live Game Day Chat, where you could talk to myself, Justin Smith, our guy Patrick Dowd, John Ivory, and myself here, all the members of TDA, the TDA Live Game Day Chat. You can find that link there in the description. Also, you can purchase individual copies of Touchdown Alabama magazine. Have those sent to your door. That link will be found in the description as well. But until next time, folks, husbands love your wives. Wives appreciate, value those husbands. Children, the weekend is here, but still do those things legitimately now. Be responsible, but do those things legitimately now to not be bored. Get you those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. Protect yourself, protect the loved ones around you. Until next time, folks, spit in my own words. Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best in Alabama football content, subscribe here and turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.